chat? Welcome back. We have another reaction video today called The 7 Levels of Racist from Black Untold Stories. I think that's correct. Check out the original video in the link. Give them some love. But I was like, why not react to this? I love history. I saw Mitch McConnell was on the front. Who else did I see on the front? I saw the Klan. But let's get straight into it.
America Explained. Level 1, the Karen. Let's start.
Oh yes. They're always red flags.
Start with everyone's favorite, the accidental racist.
Ew, she is not a customer. She is just some bum that wandered in off the street.
The Karen. The person who swears they're not racist while saying the most racist stuff imaginable.
Oh my god, this lady in Central Park. I remember her. I remember you from COVID. Oh.
New York, 2020. Amy Cooper sees a black man bird watching. Bird watching. And somehow her brain goes straight to 911. There's an African-American man threatening my life, she says, voice trembling like she's being
Her and her white woman tears.
chased by a serial killer instead of someone watching birds. These are your I have black friends people. They'll compliment your English like it's shocking you can speak. They'll touch your hair without asking. They'll tell you you're not like other black people and think that's a compliment.
That's a weird backhanded compliment. Like, why would you say that?
Philadelphia, 2018. 2 black men commit the heinous crime of existing in a Starbucks without buying coffee yet.
I remember this one too. You guys, I'm so chronically online. I remember everything. Everything.
The manager calls the cops. They get arrested for waiting. For waiting. Level 1 racists don't burn crosses. They just make your everyday life exhausting. 68% of workers deal with microaggressions regularly. But these people swear it's all misunderstandings.
I can say, thankfully, in my job as a nurse, I've never had to deal with a microaggression yet. Eventually, I'll probably deal with one, but I haven't yet.
They're not trying to be racist. They're just really bad at not being racist. Parents literally have to teach kindergartners how to survive encounters with level 1 racists. But sure, it's just awkwardness, right? Here's the thing about accidental racists. They're everywhere, but they're symptoms of something way more organized. Level 2, the gatekeeper. Level 2 doesn't
Oh, is this supposed to... I saw the lady on the cover, she had like a key. Is this like redlining, like housing?
shout slurs. They smile politely and say, unfortunately, that position has been filled.
I've never had to deal with this. Thank the Lord.
While your resume is still warm from the printer. These are your HR managers, loan officers, real estate agents, and school administrators. They don't hate black people. They just happen to find reasons why black people don't quite fit. Chicago, 1930s. Government officials literally drew red lines around black
What did I say? I know my history, you guys. I'm a little bit of a history buff, if you didn't know.
neighborhoods like they were radioactive zones. Banks couldn't lend there. Too risky.
The bank thing infuriates me. Like, they've done actual, like, tests where they've had, like, a black couple versus a white couple trying to buy a house with, like, the same demographics, like, money-wise. And somehow the white couple will qualify for the loan, but the black couple will not. Interesting. Interesting.
They said. Cool. Totally normal behavior from professionals. Long Island, 2019. Real estate agents get caught on hidden camera. They show white couples the dream home and tell black couples with identical finances.
What did I just say? I have not pre-watched this, you guys. I can predict the future. What's that lady who fell in love with her psychiatrist say? I am the oracle, and I speak to God.
That everything's already pending. Magic. It's almost like nothing changed except the paperwork got prettier. Today's gatekeepers call it culture fit in hiring. They point to credit scores without mentioning how those scores got tanked by discriminatory lending. Black home ownership sits at 46.4% compared to 75.8% for white families. Gee, wonder how.
I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to afford a home in the area I live in because it is expensive. And all the old people buy the homes around us. It's a vacation spot. Like, people literally have their summer houses here. So it's very hard to, like, just buy housing in general. Like, houses here are empty for, like, most of the year.
How that happened? Must be personal choice, right? School district administrators draw enrollment boundaries like military strategists, somehow always managing to separate rich white kids from poor black kids. It's not about race, it's about property values. Yeah. And how exactly do you think those property values got that way? The gatekeeper is dangerous because they have institutional power and plausible deniability. They're not burning crosses, they're just following company policy that mysteriously always hurts the same people.
Yep.
But gatekeepers? That's child's play. Sometimes they don't even bother with individual discrimination. Level 3, the colorblind. Level 3 is where we get really creative.
Is that Bush? Are we going to see a Kanye mention here about George Bush doesn't care about black people?
Why write obviously racist laws when you can write colorblind ones that just happen to devastate black communities? Pure coincidence, obviously. These are your state legislators, federal congresspeople, and policy wonks. They craft laws that sound totally fair on paper, but work like surgical strikes against black communities. Washington, D.C., 1986. Congress decides crack, predominantly used in black communities, gets you 100...
I should have guessed it was this, honestly, the war on drugs. I didn't guess that, but it would have been easy to guess.
times the sentence of powder cocaine. Same drug, different packaging.
And different people use differently. Just ask Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden overshared so much about his, you know what, addiction.
But hey, the law doesn't mention race, so totally fair, right? These
Except for when one group uses more than the other.
lawmakers love voter ID requirements. Everyone should have ID.
Voter ID is the stupidest thing ever. Let me just say, I bring my ID just in case. I've never been asked to show my ID to vote once in my life.
Sure, except ID costs money. DMVs are mysteriously rare in certain neighborhoods, and some...
Can I say real ID also? A scam. I had to take a day off of work to go get my real ID at the DMV just to have a little star on there. Like, are you serious?
folks work 3 jobs without time for bureaucratic field trips. But technically, colorblind. Mission accomplished. They fund algorithms for hiring and lending without checking for bias. Facial recognition error rate for light-skinned men, 0.8%. For darker-skinned women, 34.7%.
What? That's weird.
But it's just math, so it must be objective. They're not racist. They just signed off on systems that learned from our totally not racist data. The modern policymaker creates mass incarceration that looks totally legitimate. Voter suppression that's technically legal. Algorithmic bias that scales discrimination to industrial levels, all while maintaining plausible deniability. They don't wear hoods. They wear suits and hide behind focus groups and polling data. But sometimes, elected officials drop the act entirely and just go full authoritarian. Level 4, the enforcer.
Oh, God.
Level 4 is where your own
RBG? Ruth Bader Ginsburg? What'd she do? I don't know much about her. She dead, though.
Government decides black people organizing is a national security threat. Not the Klan. Not actual terrorists.
Oh, is this about the Black Panthers and them owning guns? Was it in California they were on the steps of the State House and they got mad about it? Is it?
People asking for equal rights. These are FBI agents, police chiefs, prosecutors, and intelligence officials who use the full power of the state to crush black
It's the CIA.
leadership. California and Illinois, 1960s to 70s. FBI agents literally ran a program called COINTELPRO to neutralize black leadership.
I think I've either read about this or seen a video about it. Like, they were spying on the Black Panthers, they were spying on MLK, Malcolm X, everyone.
They didn't just spy, they actively sabotaged, imprisoned, and assassinated civil rights leaders.
Correct.
Chicago, December 1969. FBI agents give Chicago police a detailed floor plan of Fred Hampton's apartment. They coordinate a raid at 4 a.m. while he's sleeping, and he gets shot in the head. 21 years old. His crime? Feeding kids breakfast and teaching community organizing.
And now, is it not like a staple of Democratic policies for free school lunch? The Black Panthers started that shit. Like, it just infuriates me so much. So much.
They bugged Martin Luther King Jr.'s hotel rooms, sent him anonymous letters telling him to, and the FBI director literally called him the most dangerous Negro in America.
They hate us. Officially. They hate us.
These are federal agents. Think this is ancient history? Federal agents tracked Black Lives Matter organizers' cell phones, created fake social media accounts to monitor activists, and somehow, protesters keep ending up dead in cars and jail cells.
Very suspicious. I haven't heard as much stuff about this.
But I'm sure it's all totally different now. Level 4 racists have badges, security clearances, and legal authority to destroy lives. They don't just discriminate, they wage war. Of course, when federal agents are too busy to handle things personally, there's always the street-level enforcers. Level 5, the uniform.
Oh,
Level
God.
5 is where the people sworn to protect and serve
the
become
po-po.
a threat, with badges, guns, and legal immunity to do whatever they want. These aren't bad apples, they're products of departments with bad cultures, bad training, and bad incentives.
It's reasons like that why I drive the speed limit every day to work. Why my car is spotless. I don't break the rules. Reasons like this that scared me growing up.
Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1921.
I learned about this on my own, not even in school.
Police officers don't just allow a white mob to destroy the wealthiest Black community in America, they call in air support to drop bombs.
Yup.
Actual bombs on American citizens. Then they blame the victims. Ferguson, Missouri, 2014. The Department of Justice finds police officers were basically running a legal extortion racket, targeting Black residents for traffic tickets to fund the city budget. Almost like taxation without representation, but with
Did not hear about this one. This one's a little before my time. I think I was still in high school for this one.
tasers. New York City, 2000s. Police officers conduct
stop and
700,000
frisk?
stop and frisk encounters per year, 90% on Black and Latino men.
Yup.
Hit rate for finding weapons? About 1%.
1%. 1%? Never worth it.
So basically, legal harassment with a 99% failure rate. But hey, they had quotas to meet. These all
Doesn't that sound like something else going on right now? ICE? Sound familiar? Sound a little familiar? Trying to meet their quotas.
officers pull over Black drivers at twice the rate during the day, but the disparity disappears at night when they can't see races clearly. They arrest Black
Yo, this is that dude that was he in the military? Didn't he get a check? I think he got a check because he was suing the police.
kids for the same infractions that get white kids warnings. They patrol Black neighborhoods like occupying armies. Level 5 racists have legal authority to use violence while investigating themselves for misconduct. They don't burn crosses, they plant evidence and claim they feared for their lives. But uniform racism is still retail violence. When America really wants to get things done, we elect the people who write it into law. Level 6, the architect. Level 6 is where the
Is he just using random judges on here? Like, this is Sonia Sotomayor? I think that's how you say her name. I think he's just putting random judges on here.
cruelty becomes policy, not rogue cops or individual bigots. Elected officials who make oppression legal, systematic, and generational. These are governors, state
Get this man
legislators,
off my screen.
Supreme Court justices, and federal officials
Yup, that's how it works.
who design the infrastructure of inequality. Virginia, 1705.
Oh, that's way far
State
back.
legislators don't just legalize owning humans. They systematically strip away every possible right. Can't own property, can't
Yep.
learn to read, can't gather in groups, can't defend yourself, can't testify in court. They write a manual for creating a permanent underclass. After slavery ends, these officials create convict leasing. Alabama, Georgia,
I'm pretty sure they still do that.
Texas legislators turn prisons into slavery with extra steps. Black men get arrested for vagrancy, aka existing while poor, and leased to plantations and mines. Death rates higher than actual slavery, but technically legal. North Carolina officials, 1929 to 1974, run forced sterilization programs targeting undesirable populations.
I think I've heard of something like this. It's like when they were giving people, was it syphilis, and then doing experimental treatments on them to see if they would work.
Guess who that meant? They sterilized over 7,600 people, mostly black women, without consent. State-sponsored medical abuse with a legal framework. Oregon legislators, 1844 to 1926, banned black people from living in the entire state.
What?
Not just slavery, straight up apartheid. Whites only carved into the state
until the
constitution.
20s?
The liberal West Coast, everybody.
I live on the East Coast.
Modern officials build highways straight through black neighborhoods, like
Oh yeah, that's very common.
surgical strikes. I-10 through New Orleans, I-95 through Miami's Overtown. Urban renewal, they call it. Urban removal
Yeah, but then you destroy the communities completely.
is more accurate. Level 6 racists don't just discriminate. They engineer society to make discrimination automatic. They don't wear hoods. They wear robes and sit in marble buildings. But even legal oppression requires paperwork and process. Sometimes people just say screw it and go full terrorist. Level 7, the terrorist. Level 7 is where we stop pretending. There are rules. Domestic terrorists who use public violence to keep entire communities in line through sheer
Proud
fear.
Boys. I know
These
who
are
they are.
Klan members, white extremists, white nationalists, and lone wolf shooters who believe in racial holy war. Wilmington, North Carolina, 1898. White extremist leaders literally overthrow a legally elected government and exile hundreds of residents. Not a riot. A coordinated coup by businessmen and politicians who decided democracy had gone too far. Rosewood, Florida, 1923. Klan members and local vigilantes descend on an entire black town after a white woman claims assault. They burn it to the ground, end the lives of residents, and survivors scatter into the swamps. The town never recovers. It's erased from maps.
And it happened everywhere in the United States, is the sad part.
East St. Louis, Illinois, 1917. White mobs kill over 100 black residents and burn 300 homes. The North isn't exempt. Racism doesn't respect geography. Between
Racial terror lynchings were not limited to the South, but Southern states had the most in the nation, over 4,000 between 1877 and 1950. That's crazy. Like, you can't see my pointer, but just in general, like Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, like that area is crazy. My area has none. I live up in the Northeast in New England, and it doesn't look like there's any in New England, but that's just crazy.
1877 and 1950, lynch mobs end the lives of over 4,000 black Americans. Public
Despicable.
spectacles with postcards sold as souvenirs. Families bringing picnic lunches to watch torture. This is the foundation everything else is built on. Charleston Church, 2015.
Oh yeah, he shot up the church while they were praying. Something similar just happened recently again, but it was with kids.
Buffalo Supermarket, 2022.
I remember that one.
Jacksonville Dollar General, 2023.
I remember that one.
Lone gunman citing replacement theory, targeting black spaces specifically. Levels.
There is no such thing as the Great Replacement Theory. It's made up by Fox News.
7 racists don't hide behind policies or procedures. They commit terrorism in broad daylight and call it patriotism. They are the logical conclusion of everything that came before. The Karen didn't invent racism. She just inherited the infrastructure. Today's results? Every level is operational. Karens in every workplace making daily life exhausting. Gatekeepers in every institution finding reasons to exclude. Policymakers writing colorblind laws that target with precision. Government agents surveilling and suppressing. Police officers enforcing the hierarchy with violence. architects designing systematic oppression, terrorists using fear as a weapon. Median white family has nearly 10 times the wealth of the median black family.
Ooh,
Black
that's
students
crazy.
still disciplined at 3 times the rate. Voting rights under attack in multiple states.
This is why they should have passed the Voting Rights Act and re-signed the Civil Rights Act. But the Republicans don't want to do that shit.
Same ladder, different people climbing it. Every type feeds the others. Karens normalize casual racism.
Yep.
Gatekeepers institutionalize it. Policymakers legalize it. Enforcers weaponize it. Uniforms legitimize it. Architects systematize it. Terrorists enforce it with violence. So here's the assignment. Which type of racist runs your area? Drop your state plus the level in the comments. We'll pin the worst examples and probably do a whole series on how other countries built their own versions of this hierarchy.
Alright, let's actually like this video. And I'm gonna subscribe. Level 9 Instagram Reels users. What else? The Oregon thing really surprised me, honestly. But then again, it shouldn't surprise us. Like, black people were literally brought over here as slaves. So, I don't know how it's surprising, but it's just surprising. Like, I've seen most of this stuff. I've seen most of these stories before, but thank you guys for watching. Go like the original video. Subscribe for more. Bye-bye.